And then in the business world, you know, I always just have 5 clients at any one given moment in time. And that's very purposeful because I want to be able to research for them, define what they need. I mean, there's a lot of background work that I do before I meet these clients. And then for me, I'm just so busy. I just have it nailed in that I have 5 clients at any one moment in time. And I love that because, you know, we spoke off air. Very often, it's the most successful business people who need the most help subconsciously, because sometimes they just struggle with the busyness of their lives, and sometimes gets on top of them, you know.
Would they mostly be coming to you for maybe not so much business advice, but more lifestyle advice and like trying to get a balance between family and work?
It's a complete mixed bag. So I'll give you the gamut, right? So I do know a lot about nonverbal communication signals and also how to influence people. Also, always I say ethically and morally. But like I've been flown to places like Stockholm. Like I'm going to Stockholm actually again next week, and I actually can't really talk about why I'm going there. But anyway, I'm going there next week. But I've been there before, and with an investment firm, and I would share my knowledge to like 12 of their top salespeople on how to influence people to actually sign like multi-million dollar deals or multi-million euro deals. To the extent that I restructured their boardroom because they had a wooden table like this. But I got them to put in a glass table so that when they're talking to people through their peripheral vision, they can see people's legs underneath the table to see what the legs are doing, but not what you might think. Because a lot of people might think, oh, if the legs are crossed, that's a defense posture. Look, a lot of that's nonsense. So I cut out the nonsense and I share the real stuff. So for example, the reason I get somebody to put in a glass tabletop, this is very highbrow now. So it takes a long time to study this, right? But ultimately, put in a glass table. If somebody's legs are crossed, I always forget the name of the artery, but we've got a huge artery going down the back of our leg. You probably know the name of it, actually. There's a big artery that goes down the back of our leg.
I'm not sure which one, being honest with you.
But you know what I'm talking about. This big artery goes. So when your legs are crossed, when one leg is over the other, your top leg has a minor bounce. Okay. Right, so your foot is moving just very gently. That's your heart rate, okay? Because you're cutting off the blood circulation, and that is basically your heart rate. So if you count that over a 15-second period, how many times that leg is bounced, so times it by 4, you have roughly a person's resting heart rate. Okay, so now that I have the resting heart rate over the course of a negotiation, if I see that foot moving faster, and if I calculate that in my head, I know now one of 2 things. I've either said something that's made that person feel uncomfortable, and I need to figure out what to do with that information, or potentially they've said something that's made them feel uncomfortable, and they're potentially lying to me. So that's the kind of crazy stuff that I get into.
Yeah, and it's at that level of detail.
Yes.
If you enjoyed this clip, you can catch the full episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.